The simplest way to get fresh eyes on a video project is to ask somebody else to take a look for you. But there are a few simple tips that we can personally employ that are going to help us give ourselves a fresh perspective on how our video looks, and I'll be sharing 4 of those tips today. Hey, and welcome to Waiting to be Seen, a channel that is all about helping you do video better. My name's Shane, and I'm so pleased that you have dropped by today. In this video, I'm sharing a few tips on how you can get fresh eyes on your video projects. And I'll be honest up front, there is nothing groundbreaking here. A lot of this stuff is basic, but I find that regardless of the field of expertise, the thing that is often making the biggest difference is how well people can repeat and master those basics anyway. So I'm sure that this is going to be of use. I talked about using external monitors and recorders a couple of weeks ago, and you can see that video in the card up here. I said that the number one reason for using them is to help us to overcome some of the limitations of our cameras. Well, by using a larger external monitor, we overcome the limitation of screen size, and that is the first way that we can get fresh eyes on a video project. I get the opportunity to be on some commercials, some TV and some film productions a little bit, and aside from the RE cameras everywhere in Australia right now, one thing is constant. The director and a whole host of other production types are not sitting behind the viewfinder of the camera operator. They're off to the side, and they're usually looking at the footage through like a 17-inch small HD branded external monitor. It enables them to see the scene in a way that just isn't possible for the camera operator. So, if it's good enough for film and television, then it's certainly good enough for you and me and our online content. Use an external monitor. Many of us do a measure of color grading with our work just to make it pop a little bit more. Well, if we're using an external monitor while out in the field, then using a LUT preview function is going to help you to see your footage in a fresh kind of way that can help you get the most out of the shoot. And it's also useful as there are some cameras out in the marketplace that allow for a LUT preview function as well, which is awesome. All right, now here's my personal favorite. You've done the work and getting your shoot done, and you're now back at the office or at home and you're starting to edit. Now, if you're like me using Premiere Pro, then there's this small preview pane to see what we are doing. That's fine in most instances. But a quick way to get fresh eyes on our project is to go full screen with it. And it's actually really easy to do. It is as simple as a single button push to enter and exit the full screen view. We just have to make sure that we have our preview window selected, and then you press the tilde key, or alternatively referred to as the squiggly or the twiddle. And on the keyboard, it's usually that button that sits beneath the escape key in the top left-hand corner, or it sits next to the number 1. Going full screen helps us to see things that might have actually slipped by us while on that smaller field of view. So for example, it was only when I was doing full screen with my last video discussing 8-bit and 10-bit video that I noticed my camera kept focusing on my hands as they got closer to the lens rather than as a constant on my face. And finally today, get fresh eyes on your project by looking at a preview of your work on the device that the final video is going to be shown on primarily. So if your work is going to be on a 10-bit TV at a convention center, then render out a small preview and take a look at it on one of those TVs so you can see how it looks. You need to see what it looks like for the end product, and that's going to give you fresh eyes, because if you're editing on a laptop or you're editing on a monitor at home or at work or whatever, it's going to be a little bit different because different devices see things a little bit differently. Likewise, if your content is being made for YouTube or for Facebook and you know the majority of my users are watching on a phone, then do the same thing. Render out a small preview, upload it as a private video to Facebook, and then view it on one of those devices. Guys, there are plenty of things that we can do that can help us get a fresh perspective and get fresh eyes on our video, but I'm just wrapping up with these 4. So leave a comment down below. Let me know your own experience. What has worked for you? What has helped you to get a fresh look on your work? And maybe something that you've used might help somebody else. And on that note, I'm all done for today. Thanks for stopping by. If you've enjoyed these tips, then give me a thumbs up down below. And if you think that my channel might be worth revisiting as I continue to share ways of making better videos, then please consider subscribing today as well. Click on the big red subscribe button down below. Click on the notification bell right alongside that. And YouTube, they're going to do the the rest, they will let you know as soon as my latest content drops. Thanks so much for stopping by. This is Shane at Waiting to Be Seen. Have a fantastic Friday, have a brilliant weekend, and a wonderful week to come. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
That's gonna leave a mark.
What?